Welcome to the gardenshop.ie how-to garden video. In this video I want to show you how to chit your seed potatoes in preparation for sowing them out in mid-March or for main crop potatoes in mid-April. So the process involved in chitting potatoes is to get something like an egg carton or anything similar that can hold your seed potatoes still without rocking them or moving them over the 2 to 3 to 4 weeks that they will be sitting in that starting to sprout. So we have here is in this case we have the Sarpo Mira main crop seed potato, and you can see if you can look closely at them, you can see they have what's called these little eyes, little dots, indents on them, so they're pretty much all over the potato and even on the base here. Okay, so these are the places where new stems will start to sprout, and it's something that everyone would be familiar with, which happens in their kitchen. If you leave a potato sitting for too long, it starts to emerge with little white sprouts start to come up off them. So that's the same process here, but in terms of what we want to do now is actually not put them in a dark location, but to put them into a bright location. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I could simply, with the eye or the little indent here pointing upwards, I can simply place the seed potato into the egg carton like that. So it's sturdy now, it's not really rocking around there, and it'll sit there quite happily. But what we can do when you have a seed potato of this size, it's no harm to actually cut the potato in half. So I'll just do that here. So that's the potato cut in half. And we still have an eye here, which is going to point upwards. And just place that into our egg carton. And then again we have more eyes on this one, which will be pointing upwards. Okay. So there we have one seed potato made into two, and effectively now what you're going to get in 3 to 4 weeks time is sprouts emerging from these potatoes, growing up about 4 centimeters in length, and once they've reached that height, they're then ready for planting out into your vegetable garden. So the whole point then of chitting these potatoes is to speed up the growing process, to get your potatoes emerging a month before you would actually normally have them emerging in the vegetable plot itself. Okay, so the whole point of this then is just really to speed up the growing process. Now again, I can have another potato here. Again, if you look at the tip here, we have more eyes or indents. Again, this is where the sprouts are going to emerge, and we have even one here at the end. Okay, so I can place this straight in, or else I can cut it in half. And I think because it's so large, again, it's recommended that you cut them in half. And in effect, you're getting twice the amount of seed potatoes, but there is an argument that the potatoes won't grow as large. That'll all depend on the fertility levels of your soil. Whether you have fertile soil, the smaller seed potatoes will catch up, and you will have equally large crops. Okay, so the last one then, again, we have a little indent here, so I'm going to place that up. And here, even the small potato, it's still a perfect size. I'm assuming that there's little indents here and here. So again, just placing that, getting up like that. And that's the process there. They're all in there now, they're not rocking around. So if they're not rocking around, there's no chance of the very fine little sprouts to break off. Now, where you want to position this then is in a bright sunny location, like on a windowsill. Again, you might have even more of them. So in a greenhouse or a bright location really is the place you want to put it. And again, in 3 to 4 weeks time, you have 4 centimeter long sprouts that are green in colour. Once you have that, your chitted potatoes are ready for planting out to your vegetable garden. So that's the process involved in chitting potatoes from thegardenshop.ie.